Hi and welcome back to PR Tech Talk. STMicroelectronics has just announced a shift in their IDE strategy. With growing demand for Visual Studio Code, ST will focus more on supporting Visual Studio Code for STM32 development. But don't worry, STM32Cube IDE isn't going anywhere. It remains the more feature-rich tool and ST will continue to support it. Since this change is happening, I think it's the perfect time to start showing more content using around Visual Studio Code with STM32. And in this video, we'll start kicking off things by walking through how to get everything set up and ready to go. To start, we go to codevisualstudio.com and we then hit download for Windows if you have Windows, and you just hit download here to choose another if you have Windows or if you have Linux or if you run Mac OS. But I'm running Windows in this application, so we just started and it's downloaded up here, so we can just open it, and it's not that big of a download, it's 100 megabyte. We select the language and we need to then agree on the license agreement. I install it in the default suggested path and we just click, and I also would like to have an icon so I can launch it. Profiles is something that I like to use since I'm using different microcontrollers and I would like to have them separated. So we use the cogwheel here and we hit the profiles. Here we can see that we have a profile currently and it's called default and that is active. But I would like to create a new one, so I just hit the new profile and I give it a name. So I write STM32 and we then hit create. And then I can also now already here define which workspace and folders I would like to use by default. So I can just hit add folder. So then the browsers will open and I will just select my ST folder and I said add folder. So we will get it down here. So now I have a local path to my C underscore. And I can also add workspace. I can have several folders here. So I can write workspace, for instance, like that. Right, and now we still see that default is active, and to change now to STM32 we take that marker and we just change it to active. And you could also see down here now on the cogwheel it says ST to indicate which profile that you have active. And if we now change back to the default, you can see that that ST is gone from the cogwheel. So it's just something small to see that which profile that you have. And now everything that we do will affect on this profile that is active. And what we are going to do now is we're going to install the STM32Cube for Visual Studio Code. And if we take this one and we now let's see that we will have, if we open this install, it's crucial now that you use the pre-release version because that is the version 3.0. Currently, depending on when you look at this video, it might be that the pre-release that is now is an old version already, but for now in summer 2025 this is the pre-release version, so we install that one. Because there is a lot of features upgraded to it, and this is only one install that you need to do. The only installation you need to do additional to this one is if you would like to use CubeMX, and then you need to download and install CubeMX as a separate install if you don't already have that one. But this one will now install itself, so there are a lot of dependencies. It's 16 applications that it will install for you. If you find this kind of content useful, please give the video a like. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and consider subscribing for PR Tech Talk for more STM32 and embedded development tutorials. And now back to the video. If you want to create a project based on the STM32Cube MX, you need to do a separate installation on that one. And that is what we're going to do now, because that is not a part of that installation that we did in the Visual Studio Code. So you need to do it separately. So you go to ST's website and you search for the STM32Cube MX. And you need also to log in to get the download file. So you hit this small man up in the corner and you put in your credentials for logging in, and you just hit login. So while you're logging in, now it says hi Peter instead. Now you can hit the download the data brief, and after that you will get the download the software code the button as well. Now you get that get software. We hit that one, and now you get an option to download or specify what operating system that you're running on Linux, Mac OS or Windows. And I'm running Windows in this case, so I just hit that one. License agreement, you need to accept it. If you don't accept it, you won't get the file, so that is mandatory. It's a big file, so I have been cheating with the time forwarding a bit, but when the file is downloaded, you just hit open, and the zipped file will contain an exe file that is a self-installation file. It also takes some time, so I have also cheated a bit with the timing here, which you can see I'm moving my mouse cursor very fast. But it's only to hit yes and accept the next. Now we have installed these STM32Cube add-ons, and just to showcase now the strength of profiles, we can see down here that we have the ST active profile, and we can also see it up here at it's active there. But if we then change to the default profile, we will see that the ST program or add-ons will disappear. So let's say that you, for instance, work with other microcontrollers as well. Then you only have those applications valid for the microcontroller that you're using for the time being. That is the strength of having profiles. It's a cleaner way to work with Visual Studio Code. If you work on another way, please give me some comments in the comments below, so we all can learn from it and all benefit from it. This was the installation, and now I think that you should have a working platform for it. And in the coming video I will show how we import a separate project that is created outside into Visual Studio Code. We will create a project in STM32Cube MX and bring it into Visual Studio Code, and so stay tuned for that. And hope that you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you don't like it, then there is an option for that one as well. Leave a comment if you like. Highly appreciate that. And if you're not a subscriber, hit that button. See you in the next video. Stay safe. Bye.